Why success feels empty. Unlock your true purpose. The success trap. Why winning feels empty. We've just seen the unmistakable signs that you might be entering your best phase, a period of profound awakening, even if it comes with a certain restlessness. But there's a modern paradox haunting many of us, a silent cry of the soul, the dilemma of having achieved what society taught us to call success, yet still feeling a deep existential void. It's as if you've climbed the highest mountain, reached the summit exhausted, looked at the view, and realized it's not quite what you expected. Or worse, that the entire climb, the sacrifices, the renunciations, weren't worth it. This is a silent pain that millions carry secretly, a frustration few dare to voice aloud. Because, after all, how can you complain when, to the world's eyes, you have everything? The pressure to appear fine, to maintain the mask of a winner, is immense, and this persona becomes a gilded prison. From our earliest steps in childhood, we're programmed for a relentless rat race, an unending pursuit of external metrics of worth. We're taught, almost subliminally, that the purpose of life, the very essence of happiness, lies in accumulation, more money, a higher position, a bigger house, a fancier car, more exotic and Instagrammable trips. Society sells the illusion that fulfillment is a simple equation of having more possessions, more power, more recognition. Our masks, the social persona we meticulously craft, are designed and adjusted to perform this ideal of success, to meet the expectations imposed on us from the cradle. We work endless hours, sacrifice precious time with family, true friends, and often our own mental and physical health, all in the name of this success that, in theory, should fill every gap in our existence, bringing the promised wholeness. But here's the big, anguishing question: why do so many of us, upon reaching these supposedly grand goals, find a soul-deep void that only grows, insatiable, and a feeling that life is slipping through our fingers? The modern world, with all its technology and promises of ease, traps us in a vicious and cruel cycle. With every material achievement, every step up the corporate ladder, the joy is fleeting, a mere flash. And soon, the pursuit of more begins again, but with even greater intensity, a sense of urgency that suffocates any trace of peace. It's a bottomless pit, a mirage that recedes with every step, because what we're trying to fill is an existential void that the material can never, under any circumstances, satisfy. It's like trying to quench a deep thirst with salt water. It only intensifies the dryness. Carl Jung, with his profound and visionary understanding of the human psyche, constantly warned us of the dangers of a life lived solely for the external world, for appearances, fatally neglecting our true identity, our essence. He knew, and the echoes of his wisdom resonate today, that lasting fulfillment and authentic happiness don't lie in what we possess or show, but in who we become, and how we cultivate our inner world. Do you remember that moment when you achieved something that, to everyone else, was monumental? Maybe it was that long-dreamed-of promotion that seemed the crowning of years of effort, the purchase of the house you always idealized, the shiny new car that symbolized status, or even public recognition, that moment when everyone seemed to applaud you. There was the initial euphoria, right? That adrenaline, the feeling of, I made it. But then what? How long did that euphoria last? Did it truly fill what you were missing? Or insidiously, did it give way to a new restlessness? A new now what? A disturbing question about the meaning of it all? This is the central dilemma. What do we do when success, the thing we swore would bring wholeness and peace, reveals itself as an illusion, a distant mirage? How do we deal with the painful realization that our deepest authenticity was sacrificed for an imposed ideal, leaving us empty, exhausted, and with a bitter sense that time has passed, and the real purpose still hasn't been found? This is the crisis that precedes the true awakening, a doorway to a life you never imagined possible. If you've ever felt this void even after great achievements, share in the comments what drives you to seek a greater meaning. Like if this text resonates with you, and subscribe to Healthy Evolution for more reflections that transform. Modern life's lie: chasing more, finding less. This dilemma of modern life, where material success clashes with existential emptiness, isn't about ingratitude or not valuing what you have. Far from it. It is a profound symptom of the disconnect between what society sells as happiness and what our soul truly craves. We've been conditioned to chase external goals, to wear the mask of the ideal persona, to fit into boxes that, in truth, suffocate our true identity. The result of this senseless pursuit is frustration, exhaustion, and a persistent restlessness that haunts us, even amidst abundance. Think about your relationships. Do you have deep, authentic connections where you feel completely at ease being yourself, without judgment, without the need to perform? Or are your relationships superficial, based on appearances, convenience, where you constantly feel pressure to maintain an image, to meet others' expectations? The quest for external approval doesn't stop at the workplace. It seeps into our personal lives, undermining the authenticity of our closest connections. This is one of the greatest pains of existential emptiness, feeling alone even when surrounded by people. And what about your time? Do you fill it with activities that truly nourish your essence, that bring genuine joy and a sense of purpose? Or are you stuck in the rat race with a packed schedule of commitments that drain your energy and pull you away from your mental health? Modern life values being busy as a sign of success, but this busyness is often just an escape from confronting the soul's void. It's a constant distraction to avoid the deep reflection that awakening demands. This feeling of not belonging, something's missing, even after achieving everything, is an invitation to transformation. It's your consciousness expanding, realizing that the old definitions of fulfillment no longer serve you. It's the moment to ask, what is my true purpose? What would make me feel whole, from the inside out, regardless of what the world around me thinks or expects? This crisis of meaning is, in truth, the start of a journey of individuation, a path to discovering your true identity and the happiness that comes from authenticity. The wake-up call, embracing your true self. What Carl Jung, with his wisdom about the human psyche, tried to show us is that this crisis of success that doesn't bring happiness is, in fact, an essential rite of passage. He saw it not as a failure, but as an inevitable awakening, a call from our true identity that has been smothered by the layers of persona and society's expectations. We've been taught to seek external light, external approval, validation in titles, possessions, or recognition. But the light that truly matters, the one that fills the soul's void and dispels existential emptiness, can only be found in the depths of our own being. Think about it. When in your life did you truly stop to ask yourself what you wanted? Not what your parents wanted for you, not what your teachers expected, not what your friends or the media dictated as the ideal of happiness. This is the silent frustration of those who realize they've spent most of their lives following a pre-written script, a rat race where the finish line doesn't deliver the promised prize. It's a restlessness that grows, a cry from the essence yearning for authenticity. It's brutal, I know. The masks we wear to adapt, to survive, to be accepted, become so much a part of us that we forget what it's like to live without them. They protect us, yes, but they also imprison us, keeping us from accessing our wholeness. When material success is achieved, and the void remains, it's an undeniable sign that true fulfillment lies elsewhere. It's not in the next promotion, the next acquisition, the next exotic trip to post on social media. It's in the journey of individuation, in the courageous dive into yourself to uncover your genuine desires, your non-negotiable values, and your deepest purpose. This is the moment when modern life confronts us with its own trap, the illusion that satisfaction comes from outside. But the truth is, when you invest all your energy in accumulating and performing, you drain the energy that should be used to cultivate your inner world. Your mental and emotional health pay a steep price. You feel exhausted, not from doing too much, but from doing what doesn't fulfill you, from living a life that isn't yours. It's a soul-deep fatigue, a weariness that even the deepest sleep can't cure. Recognizing this silent pain is the first step toward your awakening. Jung taught us that the purpose of the second half of life is different from the first. If the first is about building a persona and adapting to the external world, the second is about integrating what was neglected, about finding meaning in yourself. It's about embracing your shadows, forgiving your mistakes, and finally being who you were always meant to be. This is the most powerful transformation you can experience. A freedom born of authenticity, and the wisdom to recognize that happiness isn't in what you have, but in what you are. Redefining success, living your authentic purpose. So, if you find yourself in the midst of this modern dilemma, where apparent success doesn't fill the existential void, know that this restlessness isn't a sign of failure, but a powerful invitation to your awakening. It's your soul calling for a profound realignment, a return to your true identity. Carl Jung showed us that this crisis of meaning is, in fact, a golden opportunity to begin your journey of individuation, to shed the masks you've worn for so long, and finally live with authenticity. It's not easy, I know, confronting what was built on fragile foundations, what was lived for others' expectations, requires brutal courage. But the freedom on the other side is indescribable. You deserve to feel wholeness, genuine happiness that doesn't depend on titles, possessions, or external approval. This lasting fulfillment comes from a purpose that resonates with your essence, that makes you feel alive, vibrant, even in the small moments of daily life. It's finding joy in what you do for yourself, in who you are, not in what you show the world. It's a profound act of self-love, of reclaiming your personal power and reconnecting with your intuition, which always knew the way, even when you silenced it. Society will continue to push its ideals of success, to fuel the rat race, to promise that the next achievement will bring the long-dreamed of peace. But you, now, have the clarity to discern. You have the wisdom born of experience, and the confrontation with your own void. Use this wisdom to make more conscious choices, to invest your energy in what truly matters, your mental health, authentic relationships, projects that bring meaning, and moments of solitude to nourish your soul. This is the moment to redefine what success means to you. Let it not be an external metric, but an inner feeling of alignment and purpose. Let it not be about having more, but about being more you, more true, more free. Remember that the greatest transformations happen precisely in the moments of greatest restlessness, when we're forced to question everything we believe to be true. This discomfort is a guide, not an obstacle. It's pushing you toward your best phase, toward a life of fulfillment that transcends the material and embraces the true meaning of your existence. If this journey of redefining success and finding happiness beyond appearances resonates with your heart, if you feel this crisis is an invitation to your awakening and to live with more authenticity, share in the comments the word or phrase that sums up your quest. It could be redefining success, beyond the masks, inner peace, or my purpose. Like to support this content and subscribe to Healthy Evolution for more reflections that inspire you to live with more purpose.